Step into the shadows of Mrs. Hawthorne's haunted cottage and uncover the chilling truth that lies beyond the facade of a sweet little old lady. Are you brave enough to face the dark secrets lurking within? In the quaint town of Willow Creek, nestled amidst towering pine trees and rolling hills, there lived a little old lady named Mrs. Hawthorne. To the outside world, she appeared as a sweet and harmless old woman, her wrinkled face adorned with a gentle smile and her eyes sparkling with warmth. However, behind closed doors, Mrs. Hawthorne harbored a dark secret that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to cross her path. Legend had it that Mrs. Hawthorne's cottage was cursed, a place where the veil between the living and the dead grew thin. Strange occurrences were whispered about in hushed tones, the sound of eerie whispers echoing through the halls at night, the sight of shadowy figures lurking in the windows, and the scent of decay that hung heavy in the air. Despite the warnings, curious souls would occasionally venture into Mrs. Hawthorne's cottage, drawn by the mystery that surrounded it. One such visitor was Emily, a young woman new to town, who had heard tales of the little old lady and her haunted abode. Ignoring the warnings of the townsfolk, Emily decided to pay Mrs. Hawthorne a visit, eager to uncover the truth behind the rumors. As Emily approached the cottage, a sense of unease washed over her, but she pushed aside her fears and knocked on the door. To her surprise, Mrs. Hawthorne welcomed her with open arms, inviting her inside with a smile that sent a chill down Emily's spine. The interior of the cottage was dimly lit, the air heavy with the scent of dried herbs and musty books. As Mrs. Hawthorne led Emily deeper into the house, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, as if unseen eyes were following her every move. Suddenly, Emily stumbled upon a hidden room concealed behind a tapestry, a room filled with arcane symbols etched into the walls and shelves lined with ancient tomes bound in leather. Mrs. Hawthorne's demeanor changed in an instant, her smile twisting into a malicious grin as she revealed her true nature. With a wave of her hand, Mrs. Hawthorne summoned forth dark spirits from the depths of the underworld, their ghostly forms swirling around Emily in a sinister dance. Terrified, Emily tried to flee, but she found herself trapped within the confines of the cursed cottage, her screams echoing through the halls. For days, Emily was tormented by nightmares and visions, trapped in a waking nightmare from which she could not escape. It was only through sheer determination and the help of a brave few that she was able to break free from Mrs. Hawthorne's clutches and flee the cursed cottage forever. To this day, the legend of Mrs. Hawthorne and her haunted cottage lives on in the town of Willow Creek, a cautionary tale for those who dare to delve too deeply into the realm of the supernatural. And though the little old lady may have faded into obscurity, her memory lingers on as a reminder of the darkness that lurks just beneath the surface of our world.